Ecological revolutions of the 16th and 17th centuries. Partly because of Columbus's explorations in 1492, trade routes were created between the Old and New Worlds. Many valuable goods were traded across the Atlantic. The Old World received foods which would enable the states to reach a higher level in Maslow's because they would now have a reliable food source. You would think that the New World would also gain an advantage, but this wasn't the case. This wasn't the case because the people from the Old World would bring over disease. Even though the people from the Old World were bringing over valuable resources, Maslow's hierarchy lowered in the New World. The diseases wiped out almost all of the Native Americans and also about 90% of the Indians. This greatly lowered agriculture, which in turn lowered Maslow's because the people need food. As a result, the population of indigenous people fell. Foreign states who had farms or mines in the New World needed labor. They resorted to a previously unuseful resource: slaves. Slaves could be used to do the hard work. As empires grew, they increased trade and found more efficient ways to exploit the land. This led to more wealth and more population. More wealth leads to more power, which leads to more control. For the first time in history, Russia, Persia, and China had infantry with cannons and guns and were able to defeat steppeland cavalry. As empires pushed the steppelanders back, settlers followed and farmed. Because of this, more food was produced and the population increased. As a result of the increasing amounts of food, and because the land was so secure, these civilizations were able to advance on Maslow's. Japan and India used methods such as deforestation to exploit their land and to gain wealth. They gained wealth by taking that newly acquired land's resources and by farming on that land. Both of these raised the civilizations on Maslow's hierarchy and gave them more wealth, which in turn gave them more power and more control. You could relate this to Western Europe a couple of hundred years before. All civilizations had their own methods to find wealth. But why? Competition fueled everything. The governments of these states competed for wealth and control. The geography of the civilization, how they traded, and how they exploited their land changed their level on Maslow's hierarchy and the control of their destiny. The end. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.